What's going on, motivators? VA loan advisor here. Today we're going to talk about VA loans and credit. I'm going to be talking about the importance of credit, VA loan guidelines as they pertain to credit, and I'm even going to finish off with some helpful tips for you to improve your credit scores. But I want you to stay tuned to the end of this video because I'm going to answer the question as to whether or not you can get a VA loan with bad credit. Now, what exactly is credit? Well, credit is a written record of your finances and how well you've managed your debts over your entire life. So it's a really good key indicator as to whether or not you're going to repay a loan or like a mortgage. So credit can be your golden ticket to getting a really good interest rate. But don't be discouraged, because if your credit isn't that great, VA loans are actually more forgiving than you might think. And they're actually more forgiving than conventional loans or FHA loans as well. But the underlying factor in all of this that I want you to consider is your credit that determines your interest rate, that determines your monthly payment. Well, the better your credit is, the better your payment's going to be. The worse your credit is, well, the worse your payment is going to be. So it's always important that you strive to have the best possible credit score possible, despite the fact, and I'm going to break you the news, the VA does not have a minimum credit score requirement. Yep, you heard that correctly. The VA does not have a minimum credit score. So you could, in theory, get a VA loan with a 500 credit score, a 600 credit score, with a 548. You might not get the best interest rate, but it's good to know that it's possible. Now, here's the thing. Lenders have these things called overlays. And what these overlays mean is that they have a minimum standard for you to get that VA loan approved. Now, me particularly, I do not have any overlays. So I can work with someone who has a 543 credit score. However, I might not be giving them the most favorable terms because now I already revealed to you the secret that the VA loan does not have a minimum requirement for credit scores. However, I want to give you some tips that you can use to improve your credit. One of the biggest things that we'll look at when determining your credit score is how old your accounts are. It's the actual history, the age of your accounts. So if you have any older accounts, you're not going to want to close them out. The age of your overall credit profile is determined by the number of accounts you have and how old they are. So if you have 5 accounts and 4 of them were opened within the last year, and your one account was opened in, say, 2010, well, you're going to be at a more disadvantageous spot than if you had 1 account opened in 2010 and just 2 accounts opened of this year. Another thing that we're going to consider is whether or not you've been late and you make on-time payments. Now, this is a huge one and probably the biggest one, so please pay attention. It's so important, and I cannot stress it enough, how important it is that you pay your bills on time. If you are late with anything, you need to do everything within your power to make sure that it doesn't happen again. Now, in some cases, you might have a collection or a judgment or some kind of past due derogatory, and what I need you to do is you need to take care of that ASAP, stat like that, because those past due accounts are not good for you to have. They can impact your scores and really mess you up. Now, if you have any questions on how to get past some of those, you can always feel free to drop me a line and I can help you work through it. So we went through and covered a lot in this video. We went through the basics of credit, the fact that the VA loan does not have a minimum credit score requirement, and we also touched on some tips and tricks for how you can improve your credit. If you liked this video or you find any of my content valuable, I need you to like, comment, and subscribe to my page because I'm Justin Chermak. I'm a veteran mortgage advisor. This is what I do. I'm a veteran myself. And what I do is I help you get your VA loan and know exactly what you're doing. So stay tuned, subscribe, like, and comment to this page. Let's go motivate.